Hello again, it's Baldy Chris taking you on a tour of all 10 floors of Enter the Gungeon, and this is the end of the RNG department, the 4th secret floor. Just plummet off the rooftop of the building as the way to get ourselves into the forge, the 5th floor in the game, the 5th chamber, and what most would consider to be the end of the game. If they've not been playing it long enough. And this is where the main boss hangs out. We're in rainbow mode, so get a rainbow chest to try and carry me right through the harder floors. We're definitely now onto the harder floors. What do I want out of these? I think I will take Owl as a companion. Owl sets off blanks and can be very useful, particularly for something like the boss fight on the 5th floor, which, all being well, we should get to see towards the end of this video. I'm going to stick with using the Gunther as my main room clearer, and the Strafe Gun as a backup, and save the Yari launcher for the boss. Okay, off we go. Right, this is something that's definitely unique to the 5th floor, is that you'll get conveyor belts on the floor, which didn't make it any easier for me to avoid that cheap hit there. Oh, that one, good God. And I'm also shooting at Pig, which is my own companion. That's not a recommended tactic. Yeah, they will certainly change your speed if you're running against them, or vastly increase your speed if you're running with them, and can actually make it quite tricky to get out of the bloody room. So we saw the Spectral Cat on the previous video, which usually starts appearing on the 4th floor, but obviously they still appear on the 5th floor as well. And these dudes, that big red ball, when it hits a wall, will explode and deal a sort of ricochet effect, so it can catch you out. If you think you're behind cover, it comes in, hits the wall and explodes onto you, and that's getting you even though you were taking cover from them. That's unusually quick. You don't get a regular shop on the 5th floor. What you do get is the Blacksmith's forge, with this strange effect on the floor that looks like the cosmic rift you have to pick up to unlock the paradox. So if you've not yet seen a video that shows how to unlock the paradox, it's something that looks a bit like this that you'll need to interact with by pressing the X button. You can't pick these ones up. It would usually be the 2nd, 3rd and 4th floor that you see those on. Because we're in rainbow mode, she'd normally have a selection of items for sale down here, weapons and the like, usually very high priced ones, usually very worth having if you've got the cash for them. Because it's rainbow mode, she doesn't. And the shopkeeper here is the Blacksmith rather than Bello, who you'll have seen on floors 1 to 4. You'll be bringing her the various elements for the bullet that can kill the past. You can bring her the ruby bracelet, which she'll upgrade to a better version of the ruby bracelet. You'll bring her the busted television from the 2nd floor lift shaft to unlock the robot character. Once you have given her all the constituent parts of the bullet that can kill the past, you need to come and talk to her again to get her to actually give you the bullet that can kill the past, which is very, very, very easy to forget to do. So I'm going to do that while it's still fresh in mind. But yeah, it is unusual to encounter her quite so quickly on your run through the Gungeon. I could have easily picked one of the wrong directions first of all, but luckily I didn't. So yeah, the other thing, if you've not seen her before, it's I think generally about here, the 2nd time, or yeah, 2nd and subsequent times that you visit the Blacksmith on the 5th floor, there will be a replacement arm for Ox, the big guy from the shop in the breach. And yeah, it won't appear the very first time you come here, and it can be a little difficult to spot against the layout of the room, but here is roughly where it is. You can pick that up. Then you will encounter an enemy somewhere on the floor that's got a balloon. If you put the balloon and the arm together, they'll fly up to the 4th floor. In a subsequent run, you will again see a room with an arm in it, an enemy with a balloon in it, put the two together, it will fly up to the 3rd floor. Keep doing the same thing. Eventually it will be flown from the 4th floor to the breach and end up just outside the entrance to the shop. Just pick it up, take it into the shop, hand it over to Ox, and you will unlock the clone, which is very, very definitely worth unlocking. And although getting the arm and the balloon together can be quite tricky on the 5th floor, it's an achievement that gets gradually easier and easier, because you're going to floors that you're more and more capable of dealing with practice for each subsequent visit, and you never even know, you might have unlocked the shortcuts to go to those floors. So if you've got a shortcut to the 4th floor and manage to do the 5th floor bit, you can simply go direct to the 4th floor and try and put those two items together, and then so on and so forth. So it's quite a tricky thing to get unlocked in the first instance, but it becomes easier and easier to do once you do the preliminary parts of it, and it's definitely worth having. The clone, it will clone if you've not seen it. It came out of one of the rainbow chests in the early videos in this series actually, but I didn't pick it up. But it will, if you get dead, resurrect you at the start of the Gungeon with all the items that you've picked up and all the health that you've picked up as well. So I mean, we've got a good selection of weapons and 5 full hearts and 4 blanks. If we were to somehow die right now, this would be a very good starting lineup for the 1st floor. And if you're doing it in rainbow mode, keeps giving you more and more rainbow chests for each floor that you visit, so you can build yourself up to being very, very powerful indeed. So yeah, I can't recommend the clone enough as a means to help you out on this game. Right, there we are. There was some hammer attacks going on in that room as well. I really don't like the hammer attacks. They are best avoided completely. I don't think the hammer in that room was one that tracks the player position. Ooh, that was a naughty little attack there. I thought that was going to keep going. Some of them do track your position and they're incredibly annoying to deal with. The static ones, you can just sort of find a safe spot to be out of their firing line for. Thought this room was empty for a moment. That would have been most unusual. Okay, still not done with it. Oh yeah, now these dudes are particularly annoying. Best way to deal with them is hide behind cover, let them shoot their arm out onto the cover where it will stick to it, and then take them out, taking care to stay away from the bullet effects that fly off the chain they fired out. Oops, silly hit there. And some of those homing bullets I was talking about earlier, which persist even after the Conjurer's dead. Okay, this is the entrance to the boss fight. Slightly different icon. Unlike the previous floors, you'll only ever see one boss on the 5th floor, which is the dragon. And the dragon is quite a scary opponent, but because you only ever see the same one, you can at least learn their attack patterns. If you can consistently get to this floor, of course. Okay, that's that one cleared out. That's going to be a dead end to a chest room, I guess. Okay, yeah, we've got enemies there that would either buff other enemies or spawn in skeletons, so I took them out very, very quickly. Anything that generates a little sort of magic circle effect around itself, on their own, they don't do much damage, but they can create a lot of havoc for you, so they're definitely recommended to be dealt with ASAP. There we are, didn't have cover to hide behind automatically there though, so I'll use the table to generate some. Is that the first time Owl has actually done a blank for me? I need you to be helping me out more than that, Owl. Not when the room's empty, it's no good now, is it? Okay, so there's the first of the chest rooms. No use at all in rainbow mode, of course. Definitely worth finding in normal gameplay mode. Just gonna make a point of switching weapon there. So I've got platinum bullets, which gives increased damage with each kill, but I think it only comes into effect if you do actually switch weapons. So purely switching it and switching back. Okay, so we've got some little bullet traps firing down from the top of the screen, and then an enemy that's called an agonizer sitting up at the top there. A little bit awkward to deal with if you can't use homing shots like I've got with the gunter. Definitely don't like these guys. Didn't manage to avoid it, that's unfortunate. No damage done, but it flings you back a room or two, meaning you've got to refight enemies, which is a distinct irritation. You don't get any of the usual sort of cash bonuses for killing those enemies a second time. On the other hand, it does mean you know exactly what to expect from the rooms that you've already visited. It's quite annoying to have got caught by the hand there, since it would appear that I'd already cleared out the actual enemies from the room. This room layout you will almost certainly encounter on the 5th floor. Sometimes it's got enemies in it, sometimes it's got those irritating tracking hammers that I told you about. If it's the tracking hammers, get across the room as quick as you possibly can. You definitely don't want to be hanging around. But yeah, even this far down the Gungeon you'll still encounter bulletkin. They're stronger than their 1st floor contemporaries, but no harder to deal with apart from their increased health. Okay, so we've got tracking hammers in this room. Very annoying. Very difficult to avoid. Has everything else died yet? Sadly not. Taking a solid whomp from it there, which is annoying. And these bits on the floor will set you on fire as well, so best dodge rolled over, or if you do get set on fire, start rolling before you start taking damage. But yeah, that was definitely a room setup that was not a nice one. Particularly having multiple waves within it as well. So presumably there is now just one room left that we haven't visited already. And yeah, those blocks, just stay the hell away from them if you can. They will proper mess you up, if they, and they will chase you if you get directly above, below, or alongside them. Sort of just any straight line distance to them, easier to show you once the room's cleared. There it would slide up and get me, there it would slide left and get me, there it would slide down, there it would slide right, and if you're close to a wall like that as well, they will get you very, very quickly and pin you against the wall and mess you up. So yeah, generally stay the hell away from them. Right, so now it's on to fight the dragon, and as I've been doing with the boss fights, I will be heavily reliant on the high damage done by the Yari launcher, and also hiding behind Gatling Gull as well. So one good thing about the dragon is it's easy to hit. It occupies a large amount of space at the top of the screen, and you don't have to be terribly precise about your shots. Be incredibly imprecise with the Yari launcher, what with the projectiles that come off it, the Yaris I guess, being homing. You do get damage caps with bosses, which is why I'm not firing continuously. I'm trying to get the maximum damage out of the weapon by preserving the ammo a little bit. Now those skulls will chase you down. With this attack I find it best just to retreat to the bottom left corner, and that should reduce the amount of things you need to dodge roll. For this bit, ordinarily you're supposed to dodge roll from circle to circle, but you can simply hide behind Gatling Gull if you've got him like I do, although he will probably die before it ends. The owl is helpful as well because it does blank effects, which will also blow open a clear area for you as well. So there we are. That might have been flawless. I'm not sure. I might have taken a hit early doors. No, it was flawless. There we go. Happy days. Bunch of hegemony credits, and in case you've not seen it yet, the dragon's skull will drop at the end of the fight and can be blown up, and that is the Obsidian shell casing, which is the final part of the bullet that can kill the past. Hard to obtain because you need to beat the dragon, but very easy to deal with once you have got the dragon. So all you need to do is return to the blacksmith, assuming you have encountered the blacksmith shop prior to that point in proceedings, and hand it over to her to do the construction. Presumably she won't take it off me now since she's already built the bullet. And while I'm here, I will fill up the Yari launcher with ammo as well. So that is the end of the 5th floor. Let's see, I'm not 100% sure where to end the video. Let's carry on for a little while. So yeah, just walk up back past the dragon fight area. You can now walk across the dragon's spine that appears after it dies. Now this bit is the point of no return. If you are looking to take on the pasts for the characters, make sure you've got the bloody bullet that can kill the past. It's really easy to forget to do, and if you don't do it you can't turn back and get it, because once you enter this curtain here, you enter into what's called the Aimless Voids, which is a little platforming sequence. There is actually a trophy for plummeting off here. Recommend you get that done. Nice easy trophy to get if you've got this far, and you don't take any damage for doing the fall either, but otherwise you just need to dodge roll across here. Now in front of me there, the first time you see this part of the game, you'll be able to just walk across it, no problem at all. That will become the entrance to Bullet Hell in due course, once I think you've beaten the past of all 4 of the starter characters, and it ordinarily just looks like the cylinder of a gun, of a revolver, but a bony hand will shoot up there, out of there, and grab you and drag you down to Bullet Hell, the 5th secret floor within the game. So it can be accessed either by walking across it, or in the case of the gunslinger, and this will be what ordinarily happens towards the end of the game. If you've got the bullet that can kill the past, you'll come to this chest, press interact to open it up. I'm going to have to be quite careful with the timing on this video. Yeah, press interact to... in fact, I won't show the exact sequence in this video. You'll have to watch my Bullet Hell video. Press interact to open it. It will bring out the gun that can kill the past. And if you haven't got the bullet that can kill the past, the game will end there. If you have got the bullet that can kill the past, you will go to the respective past for the character that you've chosen to play as. In the case of the Paradox and the Gunslinger, they strictly speaking don't have pasts, and they will be taken to Bullet Hell. I believe, I'm not 100% sure that's true for the Paradox, certainly true for the Gunslinger. But yeah, hopefully that has given you a bit of insight into the 5th floor, and probably not that much tips and techniques for the dragon, since getting a powerful weapon hiding behind Gatling Gull aren't something that are available on every run, but if you can get them, they're very helpful. So anyway, that's the end of the video showing you the 5th floor. Thank you for watching, and if you want to join me in the next video, I'll be able to show you Bullet Hell, the final secret floor in the game. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.